if you get into just one prestigious Ivy League college. But one Long Island teen is an overachiever in more ways than one. He got into all 8. 17-year-old Kwasi Ennen figured he'd apply to each school to boost his chances of getting that elusive acceptance letter. Then the yeses started rolling in, and people really took notice.
And trending this morning, a name that you will want to remember. Everybody ready to meet their new boss?
Yeah.
Okay, he's 17 years old. His name is Kwasi Ennen.
It's no wonder Ennen, the son of immigrants in Ghana, is a popular recruit. He sang in the choir, played viola, took 11 advanced placement classes, and even threw shot put at William Floyd High School in New York. Ennen's dad told Newsday that he and his mother had been encouraging him to be an all-around student. So far, he has proved himself. No kidding. Ennen told the site that he understood the magnitude of the accomplishment and its impact.
And then quickly after, pride and appreciation and thankfulness for everyone who helped you in the whole process.
This news comes just a week after Washington, D.C. teen Avery Coffey got into 5 Ivy League schools himself. But how hard is it exactly to get into those Ivies? The New York Daily News puts the chances of a clean sweep at less than 8%. As for Ennen's future, he told the newspaper that he wants to study medicine and music, saying he'd like that a doctor is a community leader, a protector, someone who people turn to when they need help. Oh, and he also got into Binghamton University and Duke. According to USA Today, Ennen will pick his school by May 1st. For Newsy, I'm Matt Moreno.
All right, guys. So I kind of thought that was a pretty neat thing to see. You had an individual who, applied himself. He tried his best when he was in high school, and he set his goals high, and look what he accomplished. He got into all 8 Ivy League schools, which is something that very few people can ever say they've done. And he seemed like from the little interview they had there, down to earth kid. He was on a track team. He tried different things out. So one thing that you guys can do, for yourselves is a lot of you guys are in 9th, 10th grade. You have the world in front of you. You really do. You have some opportunities to kind of make the most of your high school career and set your own goals high. Whatever it may be, whatever it is you wish to do with your life, don't let anybody tell you you can't get there, okay? So just thought that would be a nice little start to this lesson. This is our final lesson, okay, for Chapter 9. So what we're going to take a look at today is solving right triangles. This is going to be a heavy follow-up of what we did the past 2 days with our 9-5 notes. So here we go. When solving a right triangle, you need to find all 3 angles and all 3 sides. Okay, so if they ever ask you to solve for a right triangle, that's all we're doing, is we're just finding the 3 angles and the 3 sides. Okay? So number 1, we're going to see a few of these problems back to back. Let's get going with it. So we've got number 1, angle or triangle DEF, right? Here's a nice thing. They gave us one angle. How can I find the other angle over here for angle D? Well, I know that 180 minus 90 minus 31 is 59 degrees. So boom, right there. Okay? All right, cool. We're already in good shape. Now what I'm going to do is I want to find my E and my F. Well, I'm going to use 31 as a reference angle. You pick. Okay, for the problem like this, you may choose. So I'm going to put a little star next to it. Across from it's my opposite. Here's my hypotenuse, and here's my adjacent. So much like the homework we did last night, I need to make a trig ratio up that only uses one variable and then a side. So I notice here's an E, here's an 8, and here's an angle. I'm going to use O and A. So TOA. Which one uses O and A? Tangent. Tangent of 31 degrees equals E opposite over adjacent, E over 8. To solve for E, multiply both sides by 8. E equals, okay, 8 times tangent of 31. Okay, and make sure I'm in mode, I'm in degree mode, we're good. 4.81. Okay, or it says round nearest tenth, so 4.8. Okay, very good. Now, I want to find F. Okay, well, here's the other thing. Don't use a rounded answer like here. So if I'm going to try to figure this out, here's adjacent, here's hypotenuse. I'm going to use the solid 8. A and H is your cosine. So cosine of 31 degrees equals adjacent over hypotenuse, 8 over f. Now I need to get f over here. So in order to do that, I can almost flip the f and the cosine 31 around. Okay. So again, I'm just taking my calculator. I'm going 8 divided by cosine 31, 9.3. Right? So look what you guys have accomplished. We've got our third angle that was missing. We've got our side E over here, our opposite, which is 4.8. And we got our hypotenuse, which is 9.3. We've completely solved this right triangle. Okay? Very, very nice. All right. Number 2, or part B rather. Same idea. 90, 53. This angle over here is just going to be 180 minus 90 minus 53, which gives me 37 degrees. Okay, feel free to use a calculator if you need to. Got the angle taken care of. Now you can pick, I'm just going to pick 53. Again, you could pick 37 here. Here's my opposite. Here's my adjacent. Here's my hypotenuse. Opposite is Q. Hypotenuse is 30. So O and H, that's our SO. I'll write this down again so you guys can see it. O, H, so sine 53 degrees equals Q over 30. That's a Q, by the way. To get Q by itself, multiply both sides by 30. So, I say so a lot, which is kind of funny for this chapter. 30 times sine 53. 23.95, but it rounds up to 23 well, this rounds up to 0, which adds another point over here, so it's just a clean 24. Okay? All right, to find P. P is your adjacent, hypotenuse is 30, so A over H, that's our cosine. Cosine of 53 equals P over 30. Again, multiply both sides by 30 here. P equals cosine, or 30 times cosine 53, 18.05 or 18.1. All right, excellent. So we've completely solved the first 2 triangles here. We've got all 3 sides, all 3 angles. Moving on to the back. Now, here we're going to add a new element, all right? And we're going to take a look at this in just a few minutes, but just to kind of split the videos up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and make a second one. So by all means, if you have any questions on the first one, feel free to ask during this. And as always, good luck. We're all counting on you.